Henry Gaudier's technique was called direct or free carving, the technique that I've adopted as my own. Hello, this is better after the dirt and noise in my studio. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my technique, which is free or direct carving, and how I arrived at using it. Start at the beginning. Many years ago I saw a film called The Savage Messiah. Savage Messiah portrayed the short and very tragic life of a young French sculptor called Henri Gaudier. Henri Gaudier was killed in France during the First World War, fighting for his country. He was 24 years old. You know, and I really believe that had he lived, had he gone on, I think he would have become one of the most prominent sculptors of the last century. He used the direct or free carving technique, which loosely means that we don't make many maquettes, or any maquettes. We don't do too many sketches. We prefer the spontaneity of direct cutting or direct action, hence the name. Well, I enjoyed that film immensely, and I tucked it away in the archives in the back of my mind, and I left it there. Many, many years later, upon my arrival in Ibiza, I was very fortunate to meet and collaborate with the Welsh sculptor Barry Flannagan, who I must say, right now, without his help, guidance and his encouragement, none of what I'm doing today would have been at all possible. Thank you, Barry. Well, as it happens, that Barry was a great fan of Henri Gaudier's also, and he relit this smouldering candle that I had left burning for that particular sculptor. If you take the bronze process, for example, For me, there's lots and lots of hands involved in the production of one piece. You know, from my initial concept, from the drawings to the maquettes to the full-size armatures to the plaster casts to the guys in the foundry. After all these people have touched the piece, for me it becomes diluted and watery and kind of runs away. Whereas direct carving is, the finished piece is a 3D rendition of what I was feeling at the moment I had the idea. You know, in my particular case, I will go to the quarry, be it in Italy, in Carrera, or in Almeria in southern Spain, and I'll select a piece of stone or marble, and I'll physically drag it back here to Ibiza, where I and I alone will 100% work on that stone and finish it from the concept to the dust in its mine. I don't allow outside influences in. Nobody else touches it. It's purely mine, full stop. You know, most of the pieces I've showed you earlier on in the studio, these are direct commissions. These are bread and butter. These are what keeps the wolf from my door. Working on a direct commission is great. The drawback for me is that I am purely a workman. I don't have too much say. You know, usually there's an architect, a builder, the client and his family, and several other people involved. I'm a tool. They use me. They treat me the same as the guy that's laying the drains, which is okay because I'm actually doing what they want. You know, you can liken direct or free carving to an abstract painter, for example, where he has his palette, his colours, a brush and a canvas, and whatever he's feeling at that moment he can express there and then on the canvas. Well, in my case it's not quite as quick as that. I mean, a tabletop piece of stone sculpture by me can take anything from a day to a month, depending on how complex it is and of course its size. But I do maintain that spontaneity. You know, if we're working for life modelling, it's the same dilution as far as I'm concerned. I don't want the beauty of the subject to smother in any way the beauty that I see inside my head and inside my heart. I try not to dress up my pieces. I carve them and I'll leave them. I'll leave the natural stone natural. Maybe sometimes a small light coat of beeswax, and that's it. Not too much detail, not too much polishing, no gilded clothes. This lily is as it comes, you know, with its natural blemishes. But the beauty is there in the stone. It holds the light and it holds the shadows. All I do is turn it into a vehicle where I can express the feeling I had at the piece's conception. It becomes a vehicle that takes it away from me and out and to the viewer.